If you're 65 to 80 and can still do this, you're a rare gem and destined to live to 100. Senior health. If you're between 65 and 80, and you can still do this, move freely, stand without pain, remember small details, laugh at old jokes, or simply rise each morning with a clear mind and a beating heart, then know this: you are rare. Not in the sense of being few, but in the way diamonds are rare, shaped by time, pressure, and deep wisdom. You are one of life's hidden treasures. And if you can still do these things, there's every reason to believe your story is far from over. In fact, it may just be entering its most meaningful chapter. Let's walk through these signs, not as a checklist, but as reminders that the light within you is still glowing, and might carry you joyfully toward your 100th year. But before we jump into point number 2, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it so far. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And hey, leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts so far. 1. You can walk without assistance. Walking may seem ordinary, until it becomes difficult. If you can still walk without a cane or walker, you are carrying a quiet miracle in your legs. Each step speaks of strength preserved, balance maintained, and a lifetime of movement that didn't break you. In a world where many slow down or sit still for too long, your ability to rise and move is no small thing. Walking isn't just physical, it's independence, dignity, and freedom. It means you can still go where you want to go, on your own terms. Even a short walk to the garden or mailbox becomes an act of self-trust. The rhythm of your footsteps, no matter how slow, is music to your health. The muscles that move you may not be as strong as they once were, but if they still obey your will, if your knees bend and your feet find balance, you carry within you the spirit of resilience. You've survived storms, and your legs still carry you through the calm. More than mobility, walking protects the heart. Each stroll keeps your circulation flowing, your joints oiled, and your brain engaged. A person who walks is a person who lives forward. You may not run marathons. You may not hike mountains. But if you can cross your living room or walk down your street, you are doing what many only dream of doing. And in that quiet motion, you are claiming your place among the strong. This is how longevity begins, not in great feats, but in simple, steady steps. And if you're still walking, you're already walking into the promise of long life. Hold on to that movement. Protect it. Celebrate it. Every step is a silent victory. And remember, some people your age can't stand on their own anymore. But you can. That matters. Deeply. It's not about being faster or more athletic. It's about still moving. Gracefully, deliberately, and with gratitude. Because every step forward is a step away from decline. And a step closer to 100. So keep walking, friend. Keep walking. 2. You can still laugh, truly laugh. If laughter still finds its way into your day, even if only once, then you are richer than most. Laughter at 70 or 80 is not the same as laughter at 30. It's more honest. More earned. It often comes not from jokes, but from remembering, from small ironies, gentle memories, or even your own forgetfulness. To laugh is to live. The body softens. The mind opens. The soul exhales. When you laugh, stress melts, blood flows easier, and your immune system quietly thanks you. Even science agrees, laughter adds years to your life, and life to your years. But laughter is also a mirror. It shows you still see beauty, absurdity, and joy in this world, even after all you've been through. And that's no small thing. You have lived long enough to see heartbreak, to bury friends, to endure pain. Yet you can still chuckle. That makes you powerful. That makes you rare. Some people become bitter as they age. They close off. Grow quiet. Their faces harden. But if your eyes still sparkle, and your lips still curve in amusement, then something inside you remains young. And that youth, that spirit, is worth far more than physical strength. Laughter also connects. When you laugh with someone, a grandchild, a neighbor, a spouse, you bridge generations, you share your humanity. It's not just sound. It's medicine. Even when you're alone, a quiet smile or a memory that makes you laugh out loud is a conversation with your soul. It's a reminder, I'm still here. I still feel. I still see light. So laugh, even when no one's watching. Especially then. Because those who can still laugh, are not done living. 3. You sleep deeply and wake with energy. At your age, sleep becomes both a luxury and a signal. If you still fall asleep without too much struggle, and wake up refreshed, alert, and ready for the day, you are blessed in ways many your age are not. Good sleep at 70 or 80 is like a tune-up for your organs, your brain, and your heart. It means your body is still cycling properly, healing itself in the night like it did when you were young. Many elders toss and turn. They nap all day and stare at the ceiling all night. If this is not you, if you can rest and rise, you are in possession of a golden gift. And it's not just about sleep, it's about the fact that you wake with energy. You don't need to climb a mountain. But if you can rise, make your bed, dress yourself, perhaps even stretch a little or fix your morning drink, you're doing what many no longer can. That morning energy is life saying, you still have things to do. People to bless. Stories to tell. If you wake each day with clarity and steadiness, even for a few hours, treasure it. Honor it. That energy is the ember of longevity still burning within you. Sleep is often called the third pillar of health, along with diet and exercise. And if that pillar is still strong in your life, then your foundation remains solid. You may not sleep like a baby anymore. But if you can drift into dreams and return with peace in your bones, you're closer to 100 than you think. 4. You remember names, stories, and feelings. The memory may fade, little by little, but if you can still recall names, tell your stories clearly, or feel the weight of a memory as if it just happened, then your mind is still very much alive. If you remember the smell of your mother's kitchen, the laughter of your childhood friends, or the way your beloved held your hand, those are not just memories. They are time travel. They are proof that your mind still holds magic. Being able to remember isn't about showing off your sharpness. It's about connection, to your past, to your people, to yourself. It's about identity. To remember is to still belong to your own life. Many your age are fighting hard battles with memory. Some stare into faces they no longer recognize. But if you can still trace your story, even if only the parts that mattered most, then something beautiful remains untouched inside you. Memory also shows you haven't let go of emotion. You can still feel. You still care. You still ache, and you still love. And that is rare. Names matter. Stories matter. If you can still tell your grandchild how you met their grandmother, or laugh about your first job, or cry about the day you said goodbye to your parents, that's a sacred gift. Not every detail must remain. But if you still know who you are, and who loved you along the way, then you are still deeply human. And fully present. Your mind, even with a few cracks, still holds a light. And light is enough to guide you forward. So speak your memories. Pass them on. Share them like treasure. Because those who remember, still live. And those who live, endure. 5. You still feel purpose. At this age, many wonder, what am I still here for? It's a quiet question, whispered late at night or while staring out the window. But if you can still feel purpose, even if it's small, you hold a fire inside you that time has not extinguished. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. You don't need to build empires or write books. Sometimes, purpose is making someone smile. Feeding the cat. Praying for your children. Watering your plants. Listening to someone who feels invisible. If you still wake up and feel needed, even by yourself, then you are still contributing to the world in a way only you can. There are those who feel forgotten, who live each day with nothing to do, no one to care for, no reason to rise. But you, if you still have purpose, you are rare. And that purpose is a lifeline to longevity. The human soul withers not from age, but from apathy. But you, who still dream, still hope, still reach, are not withering. You are blooming, in quieter ways. Sometimes your purpose may shift. What once drove you may no longer fit. But if you found new reasons to keep going, new joys, new responsibilities, even new curiosities, then your life is still evolving. This sense of still being needed nourishes the heart. And the heart that feels useful, beats stronger. Hold on to your purpose. Let it change shape if it must. But never let it go. Because those who feel they matter, do. And those who matter, live longer, love deeper, and shine brighter. 6. You still connect, deeply. Loneliness is one of the great unseen killers of old age. It shrinks the spirit. It dims the soul. But if you still call someone on the phone, write letters, share tea with a neighbor, or simply hold someone's hand, you are doing what many have forgotten, you're staying connected. Connection is more than socializing. It's more than company. It's the act of saying, I still see you. And I still want to be seen. And when you can still open your heart to others, you're keeping something very alive in yourself. You may have outlived many friends. You may live alone now. But if your spirit still reaches outward, if you still care, still show up, still open your door, then you're not just surviving, you're loving. Even a brief smile at the store clerk, a warm word to your caregiver, or a story shared with a grandchild, all of these build invisible threads that bind us to this world. The heart that stays open beats longer. Isolation weakens the immune system, darkens the mood, and clouds the mind. But connection heals, revives, protects. If you are still able to connect deeply, even with just one person, you are tending a flame inside you that refuses to die. So don't pull away. Don't go silent. The world still needs your voice, your story, your love. And you need the world, too. Because love, in any form, is one of the strongest predictors of long life. Keep loving. Keep connecting. You were not meant to grow old in silence. 7. You still hope. Perhaps the rarest treasure of all, at your age, is hope. If you still believe that tomorrow might hold something good, that there's still time for joy, that healing can happen, that the world, despite its pain, is still worth waking up to, then you are rare beyond words. Hope at 70 or 80 is not naive. It's not blind. It has seen too much for that. It is a scarred, stubborn, beautiful kind of hope, the kind that chooses light even when the night is long. Hope keeps your cells alive. It keeps your breath steady. It keeps your eyes open. Those who live long often have something in common, they believe, deeply, that their time is not yet done. They make plans. They dream of gardens in the spring. They pray. They write. They dare to imagine more. If you still hope, in any form, you are feeding the deepest part of yourself. And that part is eternal. Never let anyone take your hope. Not the doctors. Not the news. Not even the passing years. Because hope is the heartbeat of the soul. 8. You can still learn something new. At 70 or 80, many people believe the time for learning has passed. But if your heart still reaches for new knowledge, if you're reading, listening, curious about something you didn't know yesterday, then you are, in truth, still growing. Learning is not just for the young. It's for the alive. And if you can still pick up a book, try a recipe, explore a hobby, or ask a question, your mind is not shrinking. It is expanding. You may not move as quickly, but your brain still stretches toward light. And that stretch, that effort, keeps the brain alive, plastic, strong. It means the cells are still firing. It means the mind is not idle. More importantly, the act of learning shows humility. It says, I haven't seen everything yet. I still want to understand. That humility is the mark of a soul that has not closed its door. Some elders retreat from the world. They say, I'm too old for that. But you, if you're still learning, you have not surrendered to stagnation. You have chosen to keep dancing in the river of life. And what a beautiful dance that is. Learning also connects you with the world. It keeps you in conversation with the present moment. Whether it's technology, nature, stories, or history, if you still reach out with curiosity, you are still alive in the truest sense. Even asking, why, or how, or what does that mean, shows that your light is not flickering out. It is still burning bright. So never stop learning. Even if it's just one new word. One new name. One new truth. Because a curious mind is a young mind. 9. You can still forgive. There's a kind of healing that only comes with age. And forgiveness, real, deep, life-giving forgiveness, is one of the highest signs of that healing. If you've reached a point in your life where you can look back on pain and say, I let it go, then you have reached a level of wisdom that few ever truly touch. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending it didn't hurt. It means choosing peace over bitterness. Freedom over anger. Light over weight. If you can still forgive others, yourself, the world, you are rare. You are radiant. Many people carry old wounds into their final days. They die angry. They die bitter. But if you can release the past, and bless it for what it taught you, then your heart is far younger than your years. Forgiveness lightens the body. It slows aging. It lowers blood pressure, reduces stress, and calms the nervous system. But more than that, it returns you to yourself. To forgive is to unclench the hands. To loosen the jaw. To exhale after holding your breath for too many decades. And if you can still do that, if you've learned to say, I forgive you, even when you never got an apology, then you are living at a level many only dream of. So keep forgiving. It's not for them. It's for you. Because the soul that forgives, lives longer. And dies lighter. And that, my friend, is a gift few understand, but you do. 10. You still find beauty in small things. There comes a point in life when the small things are no longer small. If you can still feel joy from a sunrise, or marvel at the way the light falls through the trees, or smile at the way a child laughs, then your heart has remained open to wonder. That ability, to feel beauty, to notice it, is one of the most underrated signs of health. Because it means your soul is still breathing. Many people rush through life, chasing the big moments. But those who live long, and well, learn to slow down and savor the quiet miracles. A cup of tea. A bird at the window. The sound of rain. The smell of fresh bread. A kind word. A gentle silence. If these things still move you, then your spirit is still soft. And softness is strength. The world tries to harden us. Pain, loss, time, they chisel away. But if after all you've seen, you still find beauty, you are more than alive. You are awake. You don't need grand adventures to feel rich. You only need to see clearly. And if you're seeing the beauty that others overlook, your eyes are wise. Your heart is whole. This kind of sight, this kind of soul, is what keeps people young, even as their body grows old. So keep noticing. Keep savoring. Because the one who delights in little things, has found the secret to a long and meaningful life. Closing, reflective and inspirational. So, if you're between 65 and 80, and you can still do these things, walk without fear, laugh with your whole chest, sleep and wake with energy, remember what matters, feel your purpose, love deeply, and carry hope like a lantern, then hear this. You are rare. You are not just aging. You are blooming in the late afternoon of life. You are not reaching the end. You are reaching your fullness. And the world still needs what only you can offer. Your presence, your peace, your wisdom, your wonder. So don't count your years. Count your light. Don't fear the shadows. Trust the path. And don't believe for a moment that your best days are behind you. Because some souls grow stronger with time. Some hearts beat clearer. Some spirits, like yours, were never meant to fade quietly. You, dear one, were meant to shine until the very end. So keep shining. Keep walking. Keep laughing. Keep loving. You may just be on your way to a beautiful 100.